Alright, so we'll begin by assembling this. Now I'm going to warn you, disclaimer right off the bat, I am going to be using heat and ABS. It's going to have smoke. So as a disclaimer right now, I will say do not breathe in ABS fumes. The smoke is found to be carcinogenic in some states. I'm not kidding about this. It's not very good for you at all. But I use the hold the breath method. I don't know if that's like doctor proven or whatever, but I don't do it very often. And for this build, I do it. You don't need to do it. You can use super glue and wait for a few minutes. But because of the video, I want to just kind of have this all built by the end of the video. Okay, so there you go. Troll be gone. Took my troll hammer and smashed you. Go away. Alright. Next. You're also going to need sandpaper. Okay. Alright, let's begin with this, shall we? Now, my camera work's going to suck because I actually need a camera person for this. So I'm going to try to stay on camera as best I can. I'm going to drill 2 holes in this. And there's actually a spot where you can drill 2 holes. I designed the part to have a hole in it. It will not print because it's too small, but it will have support in this area around circle of some nature that will help it with the support of bending. Okay, so that's a trick I learned. If you need extra support in an area, you can always put up a really small, like 1 millimeter hole. It'll never print, but it'll add structure to it. Okay, so I'm just going to drill a hole here, and I'll show you where after I drill it. Okay, hole 1. Roughly about 4 millimeters apart, 4 to 5 millimeters. Doesn't have to be deadly accurate. Hole 2. Okay, repeat the process on the other terminal. I will probably be assembling one side of this in the video. The other side is exactly the same. Okay, again, just like that. I would make sure you clear out any of the holes here, just lightly. And I only clear out one side, and the other side, it makes it a little bit taller as you put the PLA in these. Some holes will require cleaning out, other holes will not. Just the 2 at the end here, that one right there and this one right here, are the ones that you have to make sure that it's clear enough to slip a PLA spike into. And that'll hold the battery in worst case scenario, because usually it's in there tight enough where it's not going to slip out. Okay, next, and this is the suck part that I've been trying to avoid. So first, strip your wire so it has a pretty long lead, and that's about what, 15 millimeters, somewhere around there. I put the flat side up, thread this through, just like that, then bend it, and then put it through the other hole. And here, let me do it, and then I'll show you what it looks like after the fact. Sometimes you have to use, if you have banana hands, you're going to have to use tools. So I use these big hemostats. And you want to get this wire flat up against. Not that you know what I'm talking about yet. Okay, there we go. So that's what the wire looks like. It's going in, then going back out, This is the flat area that was up against the bed. And on the back side it looks like this. I'm going to actually bend this so it's going this way. There we go. Now you take this and you thread it through just like that. And this is what I do now, because I assembled one of these, screwed up, and it was a big old hodgepodge of badness. Trying to put these together on video was a pain. So this is what I do now. See that corner? I clipped it. Okay. Clip the corner. Okay, now the fun stuff. So I'm going to put this in this little notch. There's a little notch right there that fits into. Then I'm going to do one of these numbers. See how that looks? And then I'm going to take and try to slide that into position and bend it up at the same time. I cannot do this and video it at the same time. It is impossible. I tried. So if you get this, you get this. If you don't, you don't. But I'll show you what the end product looks like, and if you're any nerd worth your salt, you could probably figure it out. So yep, this is the hard part. It requires some ninja agility, and once you got it, you got it. I promise you it fits. Oop, oh gosh, almost had it. Yay. Okay. That's what it looks like. Cool. So you can see it's got a slight bump there. And that wire fits in that channel. Now, take a dab of super glue and put a dab here, and a dab in this corner. Then take something and kind of spread that out a little bit so it gets into cracks and crevices. You want to put it on after the fact, not before it, because if you mess up, there's no going back. So that's how you assemble the one side. And now what happens is this goes into this side like that. And hopefully I cut that long enough. And you repeat the process. So I'm going to do that part off camera because it's the exact same thing on that side. And then I'll meet you back in the next video.